Hello and welcome to a Film Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where things appear worse than they actually are. Case in point, this unit here, what I've got is a Holley 390 CFM List 8007, and I know that this unit looks bad, and I'm gonna show you kind of in a second kind of just how bad it looks. But it does have a lot of kind of redeeming qualities, so we're gonna make sure that we explore those. Okay, so as you can see, the closer you get, the worse it looks. Obviously, it's got a coating of protective grease just in case corrosion strikes. And yeah, it does look rough. Let's see here. As you can see, there is a bit of weirdness going on there, but here's the thing: this carb has got a fair few redeeming qualities, and the redeeming quality number one is that this carb is absolutely complete. Yeah, so it's got the choke. Obviously this needs to be bended back into shape, but other than that, other than the fact that it's completely kind of horrible, and look at my hands just by touching it, other than the fact that it's horrible, it does have the redeeming qualities that is complete. So it looks like we might be able to obtain a complete carb, and just to restore this carb as it came out of the factory with all the bits. And that's important because sometimes people are in the market for different things. Sometimes they just need, just give me a carb that runs and that kind of stuff, and I just run with that. But other times people want something that is complete and unmolested. So that's what I'm going to provide. That's what I'm going to try to provide now. I'm going to try and make sure that I build this carb and it's absolutely kind of as it left the factory, in the sense of all the bits that need doing to it are done, and it's 100% complete carb. So now what we need to do is we need to start the disassembly process, and just make sure that this carb is good, because so far I'm kind of making a bet that actually this carb is going to be in better condition than what I think, but we need to find out. So let's get on and do the disassembly process. So one thing I say about these carbs that you always need to be careful of is what I'm showing right here, that this carb has a bit of a casting imperfection here, and as you can see, you can see here I'm starting the process of making this go away and make this straight, but I wanted to show you just before I finally managed to delete this line that you need to be very careful and aware of kind of casting imperfections. So now what I need to do is kind of get rid of this and make it straight, so that I can start with the assembly process, which, by the way, we've had to do a lot of cleaning on this unit. It was in a very rough shape, but now it's all good. And the back, it was much better because it didn't have those kind of cracks or casting imperfections. This one is in a much better shape. Okay, so now what I've got here is I'm at the kind of pre-final build stage, and I've got all the materials that I need to just slam the carb together, ready. Obviously everything is clean. I'll show you around a bit kind of what I've done, what I've got ready, and an upgrade that I'm going to do to this carb. So I'm going to discuss that and the jetting that's going to go with it as well. Let's do the body. As you can see, there's been kind of quite a lot of grinding required to get this thing to be straight, which you need, because you need a kind of straight face for the metering block to sit against. So that's all golden. Obviously base plate has been kind of reassembled again, and this is all kind of nice and smooth, so that's going to be golden. But the primary metering block, this is just kind of rebuilt. Now, one thing, there are some gaskets that Holley has with kind of indent here for the transfer tube. But actually, if you just cut a bit, it's fine. It just fulfills kind of the same need. So that's okay. But here's where the upgrade comes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this to a secondary metering block on this carb. And the reason for that is I want to kind of include a little bit more tunability to this carb, so you'll be able to change the jets in the secondary. And for this particular carb, I'm gonna put 5160s on the jetting. So, and the reason for that is just to give it kind of like a baseline tune that I'm sure is gonna work fine. It's not gonna burn someone's pistons, which is important. So let's now start to just kind of slam the unit together. I'll show you I'll show you kind of the interim stage, but for this project, for reasons that I'm going to explain in a minute, that's not going to be the end of it. We're still going to have to do a little bit more work. Okay, so now here what we've got is the unit kind of completed, and obviously from a kind of function point of view, I know it's going to be mint, so it's going to work perfectly. Not only that, it's going to work probably slightly better than standard because of the additional tunability that the rear metering block has. But let me show you one problem that this unit has got in particular, and how do I intend to kind of resolve it. This unit has, let's say, over the years kind of deteriorated a bit, and when we cleaned out, some of the kind of anodizing came off here and here. It doesn't look that great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it like if it was a marine carb. So I'm going to mask all this off, and I'm going to paint it in a uniform color, and that is going to completely change the appearance of the unit. So we're going to have to do a bit of YouTube magic and go like this. Ta-da! So here we are. This unit obviously now looks much better than it was before. Obviously I masked off the base, so we didn't get any paint there, but other than that, now it looks a nice kind of uniform color, which is much better kind of cosmetically, even though kind of from a functional point of view it's going to be mint. So anyway, this carb is now ready to be packed up, photographed, put on sale, and that kind of stuff. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next week for more carburation fun.